All right. Hello again, adventures, and welcome to another exciting episode of Traversing the Veil. Yes, this is one of my homebrew D&D campaigns set in my weird, messed up homebrew campaign setting, and the people below me are the people that were able to fight through technical difficulties to triumph over the machines once again. I don't know what it is that is going on right now, but something is eating computers.
Yeah.
I have like 4 different friends that their PCs have just completely been demolished. So
Blue screening. That's fine.
call, check on, do you know where your PC is right now? Have you told them that you love them?
Probably why it ran away.
So, quick announcement. This Saturday, currently, Realms of the Wild, my RPG that I run for Zelda Universe, we are on hiatus as we get ready for our second campaign. So we're running a bunch of one-shots. And Elias, who normally plays Aruna, is actually running an Open Legend one-shot, and I am playing!
Yay!
Oh, Elias is in chat. Hi, Elias. And that's Aruna's
Elias.
face.
Yep.
So,
Playing a monk, shocker. Playing a monk.
yeah. So not only am I
it was-
playing, but I'm playing a reaction monk because that's a thing you can do in Open Legend. You can't do that in most systems. And I get to play with Shax. And it's been really fun because normally I'm the one that's like face palming in the
Yay.
GM sheet, and now I get to make Elias face palm as Jax and I talk about nonsense. And
I'm watching it. I'm
Good.
watching.
It's fun. So it was supposed to be a one shot. We were on for like 2 hours, and we didn't make it past the first door.
yeah,
We didn't make it out of our room.
Ah, doors!
Fair point. They
Dumbledore.
were in a prison. They
Dumbledore.
started in a prison.
We were.
and it had nothing to do with us getting stopped by the door. Like the door was fine. It was the fact that
Oh.
we kept arguing with each other, and
Oh,
Jax had to
wow.
give me a name. Because we can't use Talon, which is the actual character's name. I think you call him Lonnie?
Lonnie. And,
Yeah.
Well,
Ilea calls you Sandman.
Sandman, yes.
Sandy. So.
you give Earl half a chance, she'll call you Dream Daddy.
And then at the end, when we finally get out of the prison, Elias goes, "Are you going to follow them?" And my character, who's been trying to stop them from murdering everyone in the prison, goes, "I can't leave these 2 alone." And so, of course, I'm following them. We were trying to come up with a reason why my character would continue with them. And after the interactions we had, I'm like, I'm not leaving these people alone in the city. I can't
Because
take that much death on my hands.
It literally says your character's a pacifist, and you're with two. You're with one of them is the gold standard of murder hobo.
Yep. And the other one doesn't really care.
It
But
was
she's used to killing things with the murder hobo.
it was remarkably fun. And my understanding, we should, fingers crossed, we should have a mostly full cast, if not a full cast, on Saturday. So it should be a lot of fun. So everybody,
Awesome.
everybody tune in. It'll be super fun, and I'm
Hey,
excited.
Hey, Jax, do me a favor. Look at the Twitch chat and make sure to leave a note for yourself.
Yes.
Didn't Ilea already, or didn't Zoltar already call you something along the lines of a dream daddy?
No, I
Uh,
said
no,
I said,
Imp
I
said
joked,
that.
Me. Oh
in-
no, we
I
were calling
joked-
you Dream Me.
yeah.
I joked about that in chat, and then I asked you the question, and you went yes.
Oh, that's
So-
that point. Okay, hold on.
Anyway, tune into that. It's pretty cool. In addition to that, on my YouTube channel, because Renegade Game Studios, I'm assuming, just hates me. They released another one of their Essence 20 books like 4 months early. So yesterday, my in-depth review of the Field Guide to Action and Adventure for Essence 20 went live. It is effectively a book that teaches you how to have crossover adventures with Power Rangers, G.I. Joes, and Transformers. It is the most insane book I have ever read in my life.
Cool.
And the new options, like the options for how you can turn Transformers roles into Power Rangers roles and G.I. Joes into Transformers, It is super cool.
It's also a smart move on them.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely brilliant. So check it out. I'm very proud of it, and I got one of the writers to say he was happy with it. So I have no idea. Did that just say Dream Daddy?
Oh
Did.
no.
So I'm not going to say Dream Daddy on stream.
Aha!
Say it.
Gotcha.
You just did.
No, I did. She didn't
No,
say
not
anything.
not during Realms. It's going to be one of these subtle things.
Yay!
Oh, and also, if you see the D&D movie and you got one of the D20 popcorn buckets, I hate you unless you're one of my friends.
I'm going
Yeah,
on my
apparently
birthday
those
on
things-
Friday, I'm excited.
I can't go because agoraphobia sucks. But my brother went, and because he had 2 tickets because he took his girlfriend, he got me this.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
It's a cloth map. I also have an art print, but it's not by my desk. But they're really cool.
Yeah, I didn't get my framed. Probably
Yeah.
get that framed too.
We're trying to figure out what we're gonna do with them right now, but they're really nice. There's a lot, dude. The D&D movie has so many cool stuff that you get just for going to see it. I hope it.
I can't
does.
believe there are people who are saying it's a failure.
Well, theoretically,
Yeah,
people have like numbers wise. I think it hit expectations for this weekend, but because last weekend, but because it has to fight against the Super Mario Brothers movie this weekend, they're expecting it to underperform going forward. So I think a lot of it is speculative right now. As to my understanding, the number, like, it was the number 1 movie last weekend.
Yeah.
But it wasn't competing with anything, so it's not a really big deal. My understanding is numbers have been good thus far, but people are expecting it to underperform, which would suck because from everything I've heard, it's a great movie. I can't wait till I can finally see it.
Yeah, I'm having trouble deciding which of them I should see.
Apparently, both of them are good.
Yeah.
Mario's getting great reviews from audiences. The critics had issues with it, but the critics have issues with everything.
Yeah.
But as long as you don't have a personal vendetta against Chris Pratt for some odd reason. I have a friend who, like, every time Chris Pratt comes up in the news has to spend, like, an hour describing why he's a horrible, disgusting person, which he's not. Everything I've heard about the guy is he's a really nice person. And he's a fine actor. I'm not surprised he doesn't have an Oscar, but he's a fine actor, and he's a really good comedic actor. Hi. So, yeah, go see movies. Movies are fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't like, I'm really starting to not like stunt casting at all. Also, if your anime film has one of voice actors, credit them in your trailers.
Yeah. Well, and, like, and another thing that kind of, like, annoyed me is the idea, like, people got mad that what's his name? Jack Black is Bowser. Jack Black puts 150% into everything he does.
Yeah, that was the
like,
only part of the cast that I'm excited for.
I mean, if anything, like the one thing I'm used to, like, it's just part and parcel. I feel like anything Seth Rogen voices because I'm just like,
I'm not a fan of Seth Rogen in general, but I've heard
every movie
because is he DK in this one? I can't remember. Yeah. I've heard he does a good DK in this. Like, Seth Rogen is one of those guys that if you can get him into it, he's a really great actor. He puts 110%. But if he's not into it, he mails everything in, and it's really, really bad. So if he's into this one, which apparently it sounds like he is, and it might just be the fact that, you know, all these other really big names are in it, and so everyone was excited about it. But yeah, go see movies. They're good. Entertainment is a good thing. Trying to think, is there anything else? Not really. Go.
It's Autism Acceptance Month.
Autism Acceptance Month. That I was unaware of. Yes, very much so.
Yay!
Huzzah!
Yeah, I feel bad because, like, mental health in general, like, no one remembers when we have, like, Mental Health Awareness Month or things like that, and so yes, Autism Acceptance.
I think that's next month.
It might be. I I am 100% permanently and totally disabled because of my mental illnesses, and I can't remember it. So that just goes to show you the press.
It is Military Children's Week next week.
Military Children's Week.
Yep.
We just used to call ourselves military brats.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now there's like supports and something. Too.
Well, that's
Or
good.
They do it at my school because we're a very large school, and most of our students are military kids. So, yep. But then next month is epilepsy awareness.
Ah.
So yes, be aware of autism. I'm trying to think.
Autism Speaks sucks.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't support Autism Speaks because they're horrible.
Yeah.
It's one of the few
It
charities.
fucking sucks.
It's one of the few charities that not only has no autistic members involved in it whatsoever, they actively avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is a horrible, horrible, disgusting group.
Did they back that movie, or is that just a similar circle?
No, I don't know of a movie, but I remember there was a play in the UK that I thought Autism Speaks had some, like they supported it or they sponsored it or something. It was such a horrible, horrible show. Yeah, we're not going to get into it, but it was.
Yeah, we better not. Yeah,
it was bad. They.
We want to play D&D. We want to get away from this stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Fuck 'em.
Actually, I'm going to break in another group that you should not do. The place that you should not donate things to is Locks for Love, because they are not a nonprofit. There are tons of other charities if you end up cutting your hair and you want to donate it to, for example, charities that will make wigs for children with cancer. Locks for Love is not one of them.
Really, I was not aware of that.
I think I was kind of aware of that.
Well, some of it's just wonderful marketing on some people. Like Goodwill. Goodwill is not.
It's
not.
a nonprofit either.
Yep.
No, but I used to work for.
Goodwill will throw away a lot. They are the #1 depositors in landfills.
Yep, and I used to work for them.
Nice high-end stuff. They will break it and rip it and then throw it in the dumpster.
I used to work for them. Goodwill is probably one of the best companies in the country because they actively hire people with what they call barriers to employment. They're the #1 employer of disabled workers in the country and in the world. And while, yes, they are for-profit, the for-profit aspect is all reinvested in the business so that they can hire more people with disabilities and things like that. So 100% please support Goodwill. They're a phenomenal organization. And I can give you an hour-long spiel about all the wonderful, amazing things that they do to help people with disabilities be able to stop feeling like they're a burden on all their families and be able to work and actually earn a living and pay for themselves and feel fulfilled in doing a job. Yes, I have very, very strong feelings about Goodwill because I've watched its character get assassinated quite a few times, and the people that I worked with and when I was there were some of the most phenomenal, amazing people I've ever worked with in my life. And they also pay significantly better than any other retail job I've ever had in my life. So they treat their workers nice and you know they help their managers pay for college, and like they do all these wonderful things. And again, they have in their contracts, like they what is it, Great Lakes Sea Base, I think it is, in somewhere on Lake Michigan. All the people that work there are hired through Goodwill, and they have they're required to hire people with disabilities and other barriers to employment in order to work there. So they're a phenomenal company. That being said, for-profit does not mean evil. A lot of nonprofits make a crap ton of money, more than for-profits, and spend it in horrible, horrible ways. So
Yeah,
Yep.
true.
I can't remember. I think I had a friend that used to work for nonprofits, and the just obscene amount of money that you get in nonprofits is incredible, especially since there's so many nonprofits that are struggling for money. So, anyway, You guys want to play some D&D?
Yeah.
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah.
So, it's time for us to return to traversing the Veil. After returning to the base camp to turn in their various kills, get some food, and get ready to go out again, something strange happened. The fading isle that they were on finally crested the veil for the entire island, and it was found that in the southernmost tip of the island there were ruins. Something that has never happened in the history of the sovereignty. Every fading isle that has ever risen from beneath the veil has been completely bereft of any signs of civilization. So after recalling everyone and starting to organize a plan to search these ruins and find out what's exactly there, the group sat down to get some food, and while they were eating, an explosion happened. Looking around, there was chaos and panic, and Smegwick glanced and saw a face in the crowd, and then another explosion happened, and unfortunately that was where we left everything. So...
Oh yeah, on top of the fact that we were told that we were now being
Yeah.
oh, look.
And the cherry on top, we got a kind of a backstory drop.
yeah, we lots of stuff happened last time. So,
I just heard Godzilla.
yes, the because they don't have an ambient music for random
All hell breaking
explosions have
loose.
just happened. So the ambience I'm using is called "There Be Dragons." So that is the sound of a dragon. Understand that other than the dragon, everything else you hear, cracking and things breaking, that's all going on right now. So.
Yeah, Owie is too cute to be roaring like that.
So, to kind of get us back into the mindset of what had happened, and to kind of bring Crexney up to speed, you guys came back to the base. You paid off, or you didn't pay off. You turned in all your stuff, got a pretty decent price for it, and then went to go get food. And as you guys were sitting down and talking, you were able to meet with a friend of Owie's from school. And Owie got to kind of fill you guys in a little bit more on who she is and where she comes from.
Declan.
Declan, yes.
Yep.
It's a very cool name. I'm a big fan of the name Declan. Good Irish name.
Yeah.
So as you guys were all eating, suddenly an explosion happened in the dining area. And as everyone was trying to kind of figure out what was going on. Yes, Smegwick?
Sorry, just for clarification, because I don't want, in case anyone gets confused. We weren't eating when the explosion happened. We were getting the breakdown about where we were going to be going, and then the explosion happened.
Sorry.
Same location.
Yeah, because you guys, if I remember correctly, you went to bed, and then in the morning you were getting your assignments. Thank you.
First thing in the morning. Yep.
Been a hell of a few weeks, guys.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. So, man, brain is just gone, guys. Brain is gone, and you win. Congratulations, you won D&D. So, two explosions have happened now. Around you, you can see like there's a big. There's fire everywhere. You can see some bodies on the floor. Some of them are still moving. Some of them are not moving. Another explosion has happened. Smegwick, the very last thing that we talked about, you saw a face that looked vaguely familiar to you, and then it kind of disappeared in the crowd. So with that being said,
The
ahead.
last thing Smegwick said before the second bomb went off was he looked at her and went, "Cindy?"
And then another explosion. So all around you guys is kind of fire and people are panicking. You do not see the people that were on the dais. You do not see them anywhere currently, who are handing out the assignments, kind of the leaders of this base camp. What would you all like to do?
Smegwick is going to pick himself off the floor.
Okay.
He's got that high pitched.
Already Reggie's like trying to get his attention, but all he hears is
Wherever Cindy was,
Mhm.
if there's a hole in the wall or not, or else wherever the nearest opening is, Smegwick is going to stumble bum that direction.
Okay.
Unless someone stops him.
So you guys watch as Smegwick kind of gets up, and as Reggie, you're trying to kind of wake him up, you see him just kind of turn from you, and he starts walking towards the other side of the camp. You guys are like the dining area, which was also being used as just the, auditorium area, I guess, is on the southern side of the camp. And the explosion that you saw was actually over by where you guys were turning in your stuff. And that's where you saw that face. So you guys watch Smegwick just kind of break away and starts walking basically directly towards a pretty large inferno, because the building where they were storing all the animal parts is now not only inflamed, but because a lot of the animal parts had things like fat and other very flammable things in them, the building itself is just erupted.
I would imagine the fire. He stops if he's getting close to fire. Isn't like
No, you have 400 feet before you actually get to the fire, but you're making a beeline for the kind of blazing inferno.
Well, I'm going outside. I'm trying to see do I see Cindy?
As far as you can tell, you saw her for a moment. The explosion happened, and all around you, you do not see hide nor hair of her.
Oh, fuck. Oh, this is bad.
Everybody.
I think Smegwick's still got his bell rung, so
Okay.
that's
So
what he's
what
doing.
about, you guys watch him kind of stumble around and kind of walk away from you guys. He seems to be looking for something. What would the rest of you guys like to do?
Reggie is still gonna like try to run up to him. This time he's just gonna grab Smegwick by the shoulders and like shake him a bit. Like, Smegwick, what's going on? Come back.
I know
man.
you're not
okay?
supposed to shake someone with a concussion.
Okay, what's going on? What's going on?
Oh, this is bad. This is really fucking bad.
Well, yeah, we can see that. We gotta get out of here.
He grabs you by the collar, pulls him, because like,
Did you see a purple tiefling? Purple tiefling, yellow eyes.
Nice.
Purple tiefling, yellow eyes. Yes or no?
Okay.
Yes or
Jody,
no?
because it has been a while since last session. Did any of us see that, or was it just
It was just him.
purple tiefling? Okay, purple tiefling. Smegwick, what the hell are you talking about?
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, if they're here, we're in big trouble.
Who's here?
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Okay,
Oh, no.
I hear expletives, but no explanations.
Okay, let's get back to the ship.
First good thing you said, all right, let's go. And he's like,
Okay.
he just lets go of Smegwick and just starts just like power walking.
Smegwick
back
is still
to the
looking
ship.
around like he's looking for someone.
Okay.
Like as he's going back to the ship.
As you guys are walking over there, you can see like there's a pretty large amount of chaos. You can see some adventurers are actually going and like trying to help the wounded and things like that. Others are trying to kind of fight the fires. As you guys are or as you two are going towards the ship, Aoi, Arai, and Crexney. Are you guys following them? Are you doing other things?
I'm following them.
Okay.
Just to clarify, have there been other explosions aside the one that happened here?
There have been two major explosions. One where you guys were sitting, another on the opposite side thus far, those are the only ones. There's kind of smaller explosions that are happening as you know, flammable things get near fire, like secondary explosions are happening. But as far as things that,
Purely coincidental, I'm sure.
yeah, but as far as actual kind of intentional explosions of any kind, you've seen thus far a total of 2. So, Arai, Crexney, are you guys following? Are you guys doing something else?
I guess I'm following.
Okay.
Yeah, if Arai sees everyone else leaving together, he's going to press his urge to wander off like a 4-year-old.
Well, his reason is also like, oh shit, the ship. We need to make sure we're okay.
Okay.
That's why Smeg was like, we need to get back to the ship.
So as you guys are walking, you're kind of seeing like the chaos going on, and you see different people are again, some are trying to help the wounded, some are trying to put out fires. As you get close to the docks themselves, you suddenly see a large Goliath actually come, whom you've seen around camp before. He normally has this large kind of sledgehammer that normally you would consider it a weapon, but you have seen him use it for everything from setting up a wall to opening or putting a tap in a keg. He just
Cracking
uses
walnuts.
it for everything. So he goes up and he sees you guys starting to go, like, where are you going?
Checking to make sure our ship's okay.
There are people that are... And as he says that, another explosion happens behind him, and not the docks themselves, but kind of the gangplank to the docks and all the kind of setup on this side just erupts in a huge ball of fire. And I'd like everyone to make a deck save for me.
God damn it.
Arai's just
And
gonna
I gotta
start screaming,
spray
Thomas!
Hey, Chad, by the way, do you know you contribute live to the channel? Oh, no! Bad digital die. No! No!
We'll start with Aoi. What do you got for me?
16.
16. Cool. You make your save. Crexy?
I got a 3.
3. Cool. You failed.
Ooh.
Arai?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you, Arai.
15.
15. Thank you. You make your save. Reggie?
24.
You fail, unfortunately. No, you're fine. Smegwick?
No.
So, Smegwick and Crexney, as the explosion happens, you guys are knocked off your feet. As you hit the ground, the air is knocked out of you, and you're dazed for just a few moments. Reggie, Arai, and Aoi, as the explosion happens, you guys are fast enough to kind of cover yourselves. You're kind of pushed back a little bit by the explosion, but you're not completely thrown back or anything like that. So, as that happens, you guys can, again, there's this huge fire in between you and the docks, but you can see the docks themselves don't seem to be damaged, and you can see your ship. There's no explosions happening there, but there is currently no way to get to your ship unless you guys want to go through fire.
Ooh.
And the Goliath that was right in front of you, he flew over all of your heads, and you can see him on the ground. He has pretty bad burns along his back, and he's on the ground. He doesn't seem to be moving right now.
Sorry, I just want to clarify something because I think you just said yes, we had a long rest, but we got up first thing in the morning, and then this happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I already took how much damage did I take?
No damage. You just
no
No,
damage.
we're just dazed. Okay.
yeah.
'Cause
You're
Smegwick already got fucked up from last session.
Yeah.
yeah. No.
You're
In
right.
that particular one, the explosion wasn't close enough for you guys to get hurt. It was the shockwave and you guys getting knocked back. So
Okay.
you effectively were stunned for a round.
Crap. Help him. See if he's okay.
Okay, leave it to me. Leave it to me. Reggie's gonna run over to the Goliath and like just give him like a once over to see if like is he still breathing?
Sure.
Is he still
Make me a
anything happening?
medicine check.
All right. Not that good. 9.
9.
I-
He doesn't look dead. As you get really, really close,
Doesn't look dead.
he seems to be breathing, but it's barely noticeable. And large portions of his back are charred.
Okay, I am gonna just use like a quick level 1 cure wounds on him just to
Okay.
hopefully get him on his feet, and then he's like out of sight, out of mind.
Okay. So as you cast your cure wounds, you can see some of the charred skin on the back starts to becoming a little bit less kind of charcoal and a little bit closer to what normal skin should be. And he seems to be breathing slightly easier, but you don't think he's getting up anytime soon. Or not without significant amounts of magical help.
Could I use? No, not. It's not chromatic. Okay. Hypothetically, I have two options really. I could use either one of those. I want ongoing, so I think yeah. If I were to hypothetically cast Flaming Sphere, transmute it, make it cold, could I put the fire out that way? Without severely damaging and making it harder for us to cross.
Ooh. You'll effectively need to make a spell attack roll to see if you can control it well enough to start dousing fires, but I think it's possible. You just
Because
have to roll
traditionally
for
it is a dexterity save.
Yep,
normally.
no, I'm
Yeah,
very
okay.
well. It's more of in order to place it in the correct spot so that it actually smothers the flames as opposed to just moving them around. That's what the roll would be. Yes, Howie?
Could I use chromatic orb ice in the same way?
If you want to, again, it's going to take a spell attack roll to see how effective you are at doing it, but go for it. Definitely.
Okay.
Can I flap my ears really fast? No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to be a part of it.
Spell attack would be a 19.
19, cool. And then Howie?
30-10.
30-10. Okay, so
Now you behave yourself, you might get out in time to play the game.
Smegwick, as you sit there, you just see kind of everything going crazy. There are 3 kind of main areas of fire right now. The one you're closest to is the one that's on the docks, or the area going to the docks. Is that where you're aiming your sphere right now?
It actually is a concentration, so I can control it and move it.
I'm aware of that. Where are you aiming right now?
Whatever's right in front of us, impeding.
Okay, cool.
Flames, so we can get to our next point. If I have to continue clearing the path, I will.
So, you guys watch as Smegwick starts kind of casting. You watch as this small little ball of fire starts forming, gets larger and larger, and then you watch as the flames themselves start changing color. They start going into kind of a white and then to a blue, and then you watch as the flames slowly start kind of changing into this weird kind of mist almost, and what was a large ball of fire has now turned into this swirling ball of ice and frozen vapor.
Freezing sphere.
And as he takes it up,
That's awesome.
as he takes it up and he starts trying to kind of contain this fire, you're able to slowly start reducing the fire on the docks. Aoi, as you see that, you have the same idea and you start conjuring your sphere, and as you shoot your chromatic orb, as it hits, you hit dead center in the base of the fire, but it is so hot that it just melts your chromatic sphere completely. Smegwick is kind of going from the outside and trying to control it. You think if you have another 10-15 minutes, you can probably smother this fire completely with your chromatic, or with your cold sphere, Smegwick. But again, it's going to take your full concentration for the next 10 to 15 minutes to do it.
Just so you're aware, it lasts for a minute.
That's for a minute.
Oh.
If I
So,
can move quick, I would submit I could get some way. It's a massive amount of cold.
well, yeah, I'm aware this is a very massive fire.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. Let's say, you think if you do this correctly, you're pretty sure with the single casting of this spell, you can get this fire to a point where it's tame enough that normal methods can put it out eventually.
Okay.
Because right now it's a wildfire. But again, it will take the entire casting of your spell to do that. It'll take the
Fair.
entire minute. Okay.
Fair.
So as Smegwick is sitting there and doing that, and you can, as you guys are sitting there, you also see this turtle could come up with this kind of gnarled staff, and he sticks it into the ground, and you watch him kind of reach his hand all the way down. He takes up like a handful of dirt, and as he lifts it, a wall of dirt comes on and starts trying to smother this fire with Smegwick. So they're both kind of fighting this fire.
So
Nice.
cool.
Nice.
What about
Convenient.
the rest of you?
Smegwick will
I'm-
he will yell out, "Look for more explosives."
Okay.
I can do that.
Alright. Gonna start looking around, even though. Alright.
We might have to get further down, but
Yeah.
I'll be doing the same as well.
Okay. If that's the case, and we're gonna try and find more explosives, then Uriah is gonna start to move back and let you guys know that he's gonna go back to the area where the first explosive, the second explosion, was, just to see if there's like anything noticeable in the areas.
just to
Sure.
clarify, my goal, I don't know what everyone else's is. I'm still trying to get to the ship.
Oh, I thought you said to go off and make sure there's not other gonna be
No.
explosions.
Like as we're heading to the ship, my intent is like I don't want us to get blown up as we get to the ship
Ah,
with more explosives
okay.
waiting.
Cool.
I'm
Then
afraid of
never
more
mind.
kaboom.
Yeah. Then never mind.
So, if you guys can see the map, the first explosion happened right down here, because this is where everybody eats. The second one happened right over here, kind of in between these things, and then the third one happened right here.
Oh.
So that's why it kind of stopped you from getting to the docks. Again, as far as you can tell, it
Gotcha.
doesn't seem like the docks themselves are on fire. It's just
Okay.
the connection and the gateway getting to the docks is engulfed.
Okay. Well, if that's
They
the
want
impediment,
to
then I'll
trap us in.
or slow us down as much as possible.
So, as you guys watch as Smegwick and this turtle are fighting this fire, and it takes, like I said, the better part of a minute and a half, 2 minutes after they're both kind of doing this. The fire gets significantly lower. There are still kind of hot embers in your way, meaning if you want to continue going this direction, it's going to be uncomfortable. But you don't think you're going to, be immolated by walking through it anymore. After they're done with that, the turtle turns towards you, Smegwick, and goes, "Good job," and he goes over to go and fight some more fires.
These have been explosives. Keep an eye out.
Right now, more important to get the fires gone than it is to figure out what's happening next. And he kind of rushes away, and you can see him starting to conjure the Control Earth spell again as he's getting to another very large building full of fire. What do the rest of you guys want to do?
Well, we're gonna cross to the ship. How far away is the ship from where we are?
You guys are docked near the end of the docks. So running full tilt will take you maybe 5 minutes to get to the ship.
entire time. I am looking actively to make sure there's
Yeah.
if we're not. It could very well be underneath. If that is the case, like I will have Spitwit fly underneath the pier because that would be the best place for a bomb to go. And like while he's Megwit's looking topside, having Spitwit look the other, I'm keeping an eye out for bombs as we're trying to make our way to the ship. That's what he's doing.
Cool. Go ahead and have. Just a second. Go ahead and have Spitwick make a perception check.
Okay.
Arai?
I'm not sure how this works because I haven't used it before.
Mm-hmm.
But I have magic awareness. Can I? Is that something that you turn on, or how do you?
Magic awareness from. Where do you get magic awareness from? Is it a racial thing, or is it from your being a wild magic barbarian? I see. I need to look up the ability. Is what it is. So.
Gotcha. It's barbarian, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's wild magic. Open awareness to presence of concentrated magic till the end of your turn. You know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover.
Mm.
Ooh. So. So it does take it does take an action. So it does. You do have to actively do it, but it
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, sure. So, so you basically have 12 seconds, effectively, of a magic sonar, where any magic item near you, is gonna kind of ping for you, and you're also instantly gonna know what kind of spell is attached to it, specifically the School of Magic. So, my question for you is, where do you want, like, what part of this journey do you want to use it? Do you want to use it when you're still inside? Do you want to use it when you actually get onto the docks? I mean, you have multiple uses of it, so if you want to use it multiple times, you can.
Yeah, the initial thought was to use it as we were going to the docks to see if there was going to be anything magical that was going to trigger another explosion if we're trying to get there. Also, or like again, because I didn't know how it worked. Like as we're leaving, if there's going to be something else that's triggering around us. So
Okay.
I guess that would be twice.
Sure. Okay. Sure.
Okay.
So the first time you use it as you're going through, the thing that kind of surprises you the most is the huge inferno that you see. There's no magic. Like this all seems to be natural fire. As you go out to the docks themselves, as you expand your magical awareness, you do notice some kind of standard runes on the docks, or thing, basically kind of scrying runes, security cameras, effectively, but nothing that would explode. Just stuff to
probably
make
more
sure
likely-
people aren't jumping out on their check and stuff like that, which is again really, really common.
So stuff they set up, Temple
Yeah.
Sovereignty set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like most docks will have these things on them because it's just not. If you can't have someone there 100% of the time watching them, this is the next best thing.
Yeah.
Magical CCTV.
Yep.
So other than that, and
Spitwick got a 14, by the way.
okay, so Spitwick looking around with a 14. He's flying very, very quickly, and the docks are relatively massive. So he does as much as he can to kind of look, and as he comes back, he gives you a bunch of images to your head of docks, the underside of the docks looking like the underside of the docks should look.
Yeah, I imagine
So as
someone,
far as he can
someone
tell-
slapped something underneath the dock, it would look pretty obvious, I feel. That's what
Depending
that's
on-
what
Yeah, depending on who put it there, you know.
Sure.
So as far as Spitwick is aware, it doesn't look like there's anything on the docks themselves.
You detect no traps.
Yeah, you detect no traps. And then again, Arai, you can watch, like, you guys watch as you're going, like, Arai every so often will just kind of stop for a moment, and he will, I'm going to do this again, he will kind of put his hands out a little bit and look around and then start going again. But he hasn't like told you guys anything, or he hasn't really reacted to anything. He just stops for a second, looks around, and then gets going again. As you guys get to your ship, as you look back, you can see huge plumes of smoke rising from huge plumes of smoke rising from the base, and you can still hear kind of the chaos going on. But you also see people are starting to organize at this point. Like some leaders are starting to show up, and you can see a lot of the fires are getting fought. Specifically, you can see quite a few different druids are using various versions of primal magic to cover fires in sand, or to call storm clouds in to rain some of the fires down. A few of the arcane spellcasters, apparently taking a cue, from Smegwick, are starting to cast cold-based spells to try and contain it. It's still very much out of control, but compared to when it first started, it seems to be significantly more organized reaction to it than just the blind chaos that it was when the explosions first going off. As you look again, you see another explosion go off right in the front gate, which is right there.
Son of a bitch.
Watches that the entire gate itself not only gets engulfed, but collapses in on itself, kind of trapping everyone in the base itself.
Oh, those motherfuckers.
Oh, that's not good at all.
They can clear it. It'll take time. But we need to. God, I just want to make sure our ship's okay and Thomas is alive.
Well, you guys currently are at the ship, and as far as you can tell, like, other than the fact that the veil itself is a little bit choppy right now from just all the explosions, ship looks fine. There's been no explosions on the docks themselves. And as you guys get there, you see Thomas coming and goes, "What's going on?"
Oh, fuck, you're alive. Okay. Oh, fuck.
Oh, Thomas! Or I'm just gonna run
Don't
up to
pay
him
him.
and hug him. Thomas!
And he's just sitting
I'm
there
glad
going,
you're okay.
and he just, like, even as you're hugging him, he just keeps pointing, going, "What did okay,
Yeah.
fire! Lots of poof."
Okay, I realize I just dragged everyone over here. I needed to make sure the ship was okay. I needed to make sure Thomas was alive. Anyone want to go back now? Can we go back now and want to help?
Supposed to be alive.
Yes.
We didn't know where you were.
He said he was saying.
You and I are going to have a conversation sometime, because that jump of logic is very strange to me.
Very bad people also could have been here and slit your throat.
You're not making this any better.
Hey, you wanted to know. Welcome to the crew, pal.
And he's sitting there, he's just trying to kind of pry Arai off of him, who I'm assuming has like a death grip.
Okay, he's
No,
alive.
at this point, he's stepped back and he's like just rubbing his head.
I'm fine.
Okay,
What-
real quick, not a pet. Okay, I know I just dragged everyone here. Everything seems fine. Do we want to go back and try and help Bedlam?
Yeah.
How do the other ships look? Are they also untouched?
As far as you can tell, if you want to make you can choose perception or investigation, whichever you like better.
I'll try and do investigation.
Go away. I'm not rolling digital.
17.
Okay.
16.
16.
I get a nat. This is when I get a nat 20.
All right.
This is great.
So as you guys are all looking,
You're
at
today with me, aren't
first, everything looks fine. Like it's weird because of just how much nonsense and just chaos is going on in the base. The docks look relatively normal. But as you guys look closer, you start noticing the ships seem like they're not quite where they're supposed to be. And as you look,
That's
the
suspicious.
mooring lines on all the ships except your guys's have either been untied or sliced. And the ships are very slowly starting to drift out to the Vale.
Repair the rope. Repair the rope. Repair the rope. And he's like,
Yeah.
I got it. I'll handle it. I got the rope.
Well,
Spitty, go get someone.
There's about a dozen different ships here.
Yeah, but if we act quick, they can get someone over here. We've cleared the paths. Spitty, rope, cut, send message.
I have my crossbow. I'm really good at hitting things that aren't people.
That's what I say. If there's furniture on the ships, you're
in.
Deadeye.
Up, shoot up.
Oh, stop.
Fix the ropes.
I'm working on it.
All right, so, like I said, some of the ropes have been cut. Some of them have the mooring ropes have just been untied and thrown into the Vale. So I'm assuming, Reggie, you want to use your mending cantrip?
Uh,
Does Reggie have mending?
I thought he did. Maybe I'm wrong.
I actually do not have mending.
Never mind. So
I was just gonna do it by hand.
I have mending. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have mending.
So these are these mooring ropes are big, thick mooring ropes. So if you want to try and like tie them by hand, that is going to be a feat of strength. But Crexy, again, with the fact that you are very familiar with ships and everything, you've probably fixed mooring ropes more times than you would care. So Crexy, if that's what you want to do,
I'm in. I'll fix the boats.
About 4 of the boats actually have had their of the 12 boats that are starting to go away. 4 of them have actually had their moorings cut. So if you want to deal with that, it will probably take you the better part of about 10 to 15 minutes to get to each one of them and cast mending enough times to fully reattach the mooring ropes. So Crexney has got 4 of the 8 ships taken care of. What do the rest of you want to do?
Go and help if we're retying them back on, or I was going to help tie things back on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Is the rope to our ship specifically cut or just untied?
Ours is not touched.
yours is not touched.
I think we're being set up.
I
Exactly.
do too. That's why we gotta help.
Exactly.
Fix
That's why
everything.
I wanted to look at the other ships, because that's suspicious.
Okay,
And
I will.
Suspicious.
And I sent Spitwood out to get someone. I'm hoping he's a quick little bastard. So
Meanwhile, I'll focus on the
I'm
ships that
mending.
just had their ropes untied and not actually cut, because then those I can just do by hand.
you and Orion work together. These are massive things.
So
Alright.
the mooring,
I'll
basically
help Reggie.
the ones that have been untied, they have thrown the mooring lines into the Vale. So they're still attached to the ships. They're just not attached to the docks anymore.
How far away? Are...
Mage hand? Can
How
you guys
far
use
away?
mage hand?
Mage,
Yeah,
they're heavier than 20 pounds.
10
Oh,
pounds.
okay.
Is Mage Hand, I thought Mage Hand could do 20.
Go there.
But anyway, if it's 10 pounds, it's even heavier than 10 pounds. So it's heavier than 20 pounds.
It's okay, because you can
but-
just rock it.
Yeah, but the ships themselves, because they haven't drifted too far, they're only about maybe 20-ish, maybe 30 feet off of the, 20, 30 feet off of the dock. So if you could find a way to cross 20 or 30 feet, you can get onto the ships and then do what every ship does when it's docking, which is get the mooring ropes and throw them.
Oh, your grapple bolts?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm working on 4 ships right now.
Yeah, she's working on 4
yeah,
things.
right.
She's busy.
Can we borrow a hook shot or something?
Yeah, I have 4 on the ship. I have 4 of the superpower ones on the ship.
Like, is it possible for someone to say, like, teleport over to a ship?
Catapult.
As long as you can teleport at least, like I said, about 20, 30 feet. Yeah,
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah, I would just need a little help by, like, tying the rope. Probably.
Well, really, all you need to do is kind of gather the rope up and then throw it back. And then
Yeah.
someone on the dock would be the one actually making time and stuff.
Do you want that?
Okay. Yeah, so I'll use Misty Step.
Okay.
Okay.
Hopper?
Please, right.
Is my full
To
thing?
the other side.
Is my full thing also going to be mending, or
If you want to, you can either help Crexney and she'll do it in less time, or you can do something else.
I'll help her then?
Okay, cool. Then
So
you'll cut the time in half, basically. It was going to take her about 10, 15 minutes Now it's going to be closer to like 5 to 10 minutes.
Smegwick is going to do focus fire, deal with one situation, then move to the next.
Okay, cool.
That's his intention.
So you, Reggie and Arai, you guys both watch as Aoi looks at the first ship. She kind of looks at you guys, and you watch her kind of, and you watch this little bolt of lightning go, and she appears on the ship.
And I gather up the rope and throw it towards whoever's on the other side, ready to catch it.
Okay, go ahead and make me. You can do strength athletics for this one because it's just a big bulky rope.
No!
Brains decided we don't want to use that word.
Can't you use acrobatics?
Please.
If you can come up with a way that you can acrobatically throw it, like sure, I'm more than happy. You just have to tell me how you're going to acrobatically throw it.
The Olympics, ribbons.
I mean, yeah. If you guys want to try and find ways to help her as well, like if you want to throw a rope to her and then she can just tie the rope to the other rope and then you pull the rope back. Like there's a lot of different ways to get the rope from one place to another.
True.
Don't let ropes be our doors.
Please no.
Ropes are our doors.
So what are you guys doing?
Oh God.
This is you three. I'm mending.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So
You need
Aoi's
help?
on there. You can see Aoi's like she seems to be struggling a little bit with these really big, thick mooring ropes. Arai, Reggie, anything you
good
guys
to
want to
catch?
do?
Trying to think of something.
Reggie, you good to catch?
I can definitely try.
Okay, Arai's gonna face step 2 next to Aoi.
So Aoi, as you're trying to get this up, you suddenly see poof, and Arai is standing next to you.
Thanks.
You look like you needed a hand.
Thank you.
Arai, if you want to make a strength athletics,
26.
Nice.
I assumed you would have no problem with this. So, Aoi, as you're trying to kind of lift it up, you just watch as Arai kind of comes around, lifts it up, and boom. And Reggie, you watch as this very large coil of rope starts coming at you, and you have the sense to kind of step out of the way as it hits the dock with this resounding thud.
Ooh.
But with a 26, Arai's aim is really good, and it almost loops itself on its own on the mooring dock. So all you really have to do is take it and kind of force it into submission a little bit. Which, give it enough time, you can do that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do right now.
If you guys want to basically rinse and repeat that a few times, your only limitation is going to be how many times you can teleport. So,
Unfortunately, I can only do that once more.
okay.
3 more times. Reggie, do you want to? Because you can also face step, right?
No, I can't actually.
Oh.
Dimension door or anything?
How
He's
far
not
can I
that kind
jump?
of elf.
I know, I forgot.
I was happening as bard side. I wasn't like speaking the elf side.
No, unfortunately, I don't have those kinds of spells right now.
Jumping a 30-foot gap would be difficult for you, Cuckoo Crixie. Like, you can, like, if you make a strength athletics check, they have a formula for long jumps and stuff like that. And it's based on a strength athletics check, but
It's also
you generally,
busted.
yeah, it's not a good formula.
Yeah,
You
no,
generally
because
can't.
my rabbit top's only 20 feet, so.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot you have a rabbit.
Oh, you
hop.
have hop, yeah.
Yeah,
would say-
but it's only
Chris-
We
20
did say
feet.
some of the feet are 20 feet away. Some of the ropes are 20 feet away.
If you guys can find a way, if the rest of you guys can find a way to get one or two of the ships closer, somehow, I have no problem with bunny hop being used to get on the ship. So
Yeah, I
it'll
can have
obviously
a
have to
crossbow.
happen after she's
I can
done.
hit the ship.
So
You do have a crossbow.
I have a crossbow and I can hit the ship, if anything.
Just pretend like you're aiming to me, and you'll get like the captain's bed, and so it'll just cook everything.
let's
Dibs.
to get some numbers in here. Between Smegwick and Crexney, they are able to get 4 of the ships down. between Arai and Aoi working together, you guys are able to get another 4 back. So there's only 4 left that are slowly drifting.
Oh God.
Smegwick will quickly check in with Spitwood to make sure has he gotten somewhere.
You
He
get
can move 120 feet in a turn.
You get images back to your head of frustration and images of people swatting him away as they seem to be preoccupied with the fires and everything.
Just say a ship, broken rope. Ship, broken rope. Just give those images to them. They'll get the message.
Okay. So he goes back to trying it. Over the 10 minutes that you guys have been doing this, he hasn't been able to get anyone yet, but he's going to go back and try some more.
Tell the turtle if you have to. He knew what was up.
All right, Arai's gonna go to the next ship and repeat that.
Okay.
task.
So we'll say that you guys have already done that 4 times. So you have saved a grand total of 8 of the 12 ships. The last 4 are the ones that you guys and Crexy and Smegwick are done with their stuff. So you have 4 more ships that you need to figure something out for. So, what do you guys want to do?
How do we get him closer? How do we get him closer?
Can't we just get our own ship, get up next to them, tie a rope to our ship, and then yank it over?
If you want to do that, you can try.
That might be the only way to get them if they're already that far away right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, how far away are they now, distance-wise?
They're not moving that fast. So they're still about the 20 to 30 feet. Getting close to the 30, 35 foot range now.
Still,
Well, if they're within
still
30... Go ahead.
Sorry. Well, I was just going to say, still at this time, if we have already kind of skipped ahead that we've helped the ships that we could, I'm willing to bet that we're out of Misty Step spell slots for
Yes.
our teleporters here.
I can still Misty Step.
How many
Okay.
times? 1 or 4?
Uh,
I mean, Misty Step is a 2nd level spell, so
Yeah.
however many
Oh.
2nd and
Yeah.
higher level spell slots you got.
I'm
I-
out.
The
Technically,
issue with Aoi is she's an Eldritch Knight, so she just doesn't have a ton of slots.
technically,
Oh.
technically, I have 4.
Well,
So if you want to, you could Misty, because I think Misty Step is 60 feet, isn't it?
30 feet.
30 feet?
30
Oh.
feet.
It'll be close, but you can get to each one. You can get on each one of the ships with a Misty Step. As far as what you want to do once you're on them, you got to come up with something.
Yeah, because that's the other problem. Smegwick's not strong.
Mm-hmm.
That's the issue. I can teleport over there, but then what?
mm-mm. And none of
Melissa-
these ships can be driven.
Yeah,
Move?
they are ships. They are
They're
designed
ships, technically.
to move. So if you
Oh
want
fuck!
to try
Oh
piloting,
fuck! I'm
Yeah.
stupid.
I was
I got
like,
magic. I can steer.
I'm sitting here. I'm trying not to tell you guys what to do, but they're ships. You can
Yeah,
drive
I
them.
I'm sorry. I forgot. We all have. I thought. I still thought there was other things. Apparently I can just go to the wheel and just go whoop magic.
And I
Yeah,
thought it was like cars where you had to have a key in order
You-
to get it
you
going.
do. Yeah, if you wanted to, drive it, somewhere substantial, you need to know what you're doing. Just kind of pointing it in a direction and trying to get it to work is something. As long as you have some sort of innate magical ability, you
Okay.
can hold on to a wheel and you can at least sense it enough to be able to try to direct it. Not all of these ships are designed to be driven by a single person. Like a lot of them require a dozen people to be able to do it. But if your goal is just to get it closer, that is significantly easier than actually piloting a ship. Moving it in a generalized direction is not nearly as complicated as actually piloting a ship, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
I'll
all
go
on-
to one ship. I'll go to one ship if I can, and I'll tell her, "Hey, Arai, throw Reggie yet another." and
Throw Reggie at another, picks up Reggie.
Smegwick's gonna go.
No.
Smegwick goes.
I am going to need
I was told general steerage. I didn't need a skill check.
you don't need it's mostly going to be how much damage do you cause. This is going to clarify how much damage do you cause to
Oh
the dock.
God.
I'm just trying to figure out which skill would make the most sense. I guess I'll let you choose.
Wasn't one of the options Arcana?
Yeah, if you want to do Intelligence Arcana, you can do that
Okay.
because it is innately magical.
Or if you can get the boat, because I think I have. It's really heavy though.
Yeah, my intent is just like to try and get the boat to just like glitz a little bit over.
Stay still.
Once it's close enough with Crexney and Orion, everyone, once it's close enough, you guys can find a way to moor it again. It's just how much of the dock is going to be left when you're done.
14.
14. 14's enough. So you guys watch as one of the ships is starting to drift out. You see it just kind of turn, and the rudder turns a little bit, and you watch it start going towards the dock, and it gets closer and closer, and you guys are start going, ooh, maybe too close.
the brakes?
Maybe too
Where are the
close.
brakes? Reggie, how do you?
Right. Ships don't have brakes. But a combination of all,
Right.
Bad design! Bad design! Bad design!
Help me!
with a combination of stuff, you guys are able to get it back. And
Why is it beeping?
Reggie uses
Alarm
minor.
system, anti-theft.
Reggie uses minor illusion to make his hands like glow orange, and he's just doing like this, like air traffic control.
So with a combination of you guys all working together, you are able to get the final four ships kind of moored again.
Yes, applause.
You do end up taking out 2 of the docks that weren't currently being used. But none of the ships have drifted away.
Just make it look burned. It's fine.
Set it on fire. Go, Owie.
No, we want to look like we're helping. Saying, stupid.
So this entire this entire debacle in and of itself takes the better part of about half an hour, 45 minutes. By the time you guys are done, you can see smoke is still rising pretty significantly from the
Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing to work. Sorry.
from the camp, but it doesn't seem to be nearly as bad as it was before. You're seeing a lot more smoke than you are seeing fire. And the chaos seems to be dying down a little bit.
Rai is going to walk up to Smegwig and just sort of pat him on the shoulder before walking away, and give a little bolstering magic. So roll a d3, see what you get.
Want me to roll D3?
Mm-hmm. So
Let's roll D6 and. Oh, rolled 3.
perfect. So you get a spell slot of a 3 or lower.
Oh.
Whatever you prefer.
That'll help.
It was very nice. What was that again?
Bolstering magic.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
You helped her build this.
Yeah, but there's a lot of nuances to being a weird magical Eladrin barbarian.
Yeah.
Just one, right?
Do you want another one? Because I can pat your shoulder.
No, it's fine. I just want to make sure I
Got
get
you
the right.
behind the ear.
I'm going to teach you about consent if it costs you a finger.
So as you guys
No spell slots for you.
as you guys are kind of dealing with this, do you guys want to walk back into the base camp? Do you want to go back to your ship? What do you guys
I want
want to do?
Thomas to cook me food. I'm hungry.
Let's. I think we need to
Well,
our names have been absolutely slandered. Let's go back to make sure everything else. We need to report back to them. We need to make this look right.
yeah.
I completely agree.
As my stomach grumbles as we walk.
I'm hoping the CCs help. You did. To be
You
fair,
ate.
yeah, we did eat before.
Technically,
Oh,
you did have
fantastic.
breakfast.
Just kidding. I'm still hungry.
It was fantastic.
It's that friggin' rabbit metabolism.
Yeah.
As you guys come back in, you instantly get a bunch of dirty looks from various people in there. You can see people are covered in soot, and some of them are nursing burns and things like that.
I'm letting you all know now. Someone cut the moorings on our ships. We got them fixed, retied. I suggest everyone just take stock of their ships. Give us all the dirty looks you want. Your ships are safe. You're welcome. By the way, fucked up too.
And as you say that, you hear just kind of a random person that you can't pick out of the crowd. Yeah. pretty nice when you solve the problems you make.
Oh, shit.
One, fuck you. Two, there's scries there that'll prove that we didn't do it.
So everyone seems to be kind of licking their wounds. You see kind of an armed group of people that, while yes, they are armed, like they all have weapons out and drawn, none of them look really battle ready.
Oh, by the way, we would also get attention for the Goliath.
Yeah. Yeah. As you come back in, you actually don't see the Goliath anywhere. You would assume someone probably moved him from where he was to somewhere better for recovery, because he was just in the middle of the ground, burnt to a crisp. So.
Partially healed.
So you could see the
good thing is Thomas is still not associated with us.
the person that was kind of running the meeting is coming up, and again he's flanked by 4. You could call them guards, but it's a bad description of what they are.
Bird Squad.
No, not even that. They're people that are armed, but barely. As they come forward, they look ragged and everything like that. And he goes,
Smegwick ain't looking hot either, by the way. I just want to remind her.
Right, I was looking hot.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
Arai never is not hot.
Ow. Oh, yeah. I'm bleeding.
The leader goes, take these people into custody. And all of the armed people just kind of look at each other. And they look at you guys. And they just kind of stand there.
You want to have a discussion? We'll have a discussion. We ain't done shit. I ain't in the mood, pal. I ain't in the fucking mood.
I would listen to him.
He points, and you see a tall human, kind of scruffy beard, completely bald head, big staff, long flowing robes, has a large wizard spell book in one hand as he's kind of walking over, slams the book on the ground, opens it up, finds the spell he's looking for, and starts conjuring, and you instantly recognize an illusion spell that he's casting. This is a major illusion spell.
There's an illusion. I'm not fucking with it.
And as he conjures it, you can see he creates this picture of the docks. And
This better not be a setup.
you see a figure that looks exactly like Smegwick go through and start untying moorings.
Bullshit.
Other ones.
When would I have done... Wait a minute, hold on. When would I have done this? Does it show the damage on me right now? When would I have done this? I got fucked up. I was in the meeting hall. I got blown the fuck up.
They don't. Go ahead and roll a. Well, I'll let you choose.
And by the way, you also have a Goliath that should be recovering as well. He could probably also vouch for us too.
You can choose persuasion or intimidation, whichever you feel is more appropriate at this particular instance.
I will go persuasion. He says his most raw. He's not fucking around. But
Ali is also vouching.
Okay.
Not 20!
What?
If it helps, can I still vouch? Because I'm the bard.
Thank you.
And you want to sing a song?
Well, nat 20 is a nat 20. What's the total with the nat 20?
I know. Persuasion.
Just so I have an understanding
20.
of
25.
25. Okay. So
I'm very charismatic.
as you you are beyond beside yourself at this point. It is infuriating to, like, you can feel this kind of righteous indignation rising in your chest. You know, the very idea that you would somehow do this is absurd. Like, you have burn marks all over you.
Do you have recordings of me putting the fire out? Of us putting the fire out?
You the timeline doesn't make sense, and you're bringing all of this stuff up, and the wizard seems to be taking it and going. He seems to be listening to what you're saying, and it seems to be convincing him.
Does he look like a Tempest Sovereignty wizard, like he's on the payroll for Tempest Sovereignty?
He's not wearing a military uniform or anything like that.
Okay.
Technically, this is not a sovereignty job.
I know. I had a concern though.
Yeah, no. The sovereignty technically is not involved in this whatsoever. This is all done out of Vox's Landing. These are all mercenaries and people that work for one of the barons of Vox's Landing. So, he seems to be listening to what you're saying, and it's obvious to you that it's making him question what he has been told.
Smegwick looks right up to him, and he's just showing him the fucking wounds. I was there in the hall. I got blown the fuck up on explosion number 2 that happened right after.
While you guys are, while he's doing it, the leader seems completely unimpressed by it. To the point where he doesn't really seem to be listening to you. And when effectively this looks like his second in command starts going, well, wait a minute, we need to, he shouts him down. And he turns to his guards again and arrest them. And all of them just look at each other.
Smegwick just
none of the guards are willing to even attempt it right now. Like they just look completely perplexed, like he's just asked them to fly to the moon or something. Like they're just sitting there going, this is not something that can happen.
Again, you want to have a discussion? We'll have a discussion. I ain't in the fucking mood.
You can see the leader getting more and more furious that he keeps giving commands and no one is listening to him. So he finally just goes, go over there! And he points to one of the buildings that seems to be least damaged by the fire. We will talk to you then. But do not try to get on your ship and do not try to leave.
We
are
came
still under
back.
investigation.
We came back. We could have left. Genius.
And he turns on his heel and walks away. And one of the guards, he kind of picks him up by his collar. Make sure they're in that building. And again, the guard looks completely perplexed. He's like, okay.
He looks at the guard. He goes like.
So the guard, one of the guards comes over and goes, do you guys want to follow us to the building? We're supposed to take you into custody.
I look at the wizard.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to have a discussion, or do you need to go off too?
I have...
Clearly someone's fucked with the scry, if this is happening.
I agree.
The scry has not been modified. I am very confident of that.
Okay, since something else happened.
However...
I'm going Occam's razor on this.
A scry is entirely visual. So if someone looked like you...
Motherfucker.
Yeah, someone was trying to frame us.
Unfortunately, my friend does not seem to care right now. I will talk with him, but it would be in everyone's best interest if you would cooperate.
So, alright, if we go back and grab some tea from our ship really quickly.
I can send someone to your ship to get whatever supplies you need.
I think we've had enough bad. We've had enough bad shit happen. Our ship is fine. That's all we cared about. All hell broke loose, and other people had fucked with the ship. I am going to suggest other people who are capable go to their ships and take stock of their ship.
I believe you have a cook on your ship.
Yes, I would like
I
you.
will have a conversation with him. He will bring whatever supplies, provisions he feels you all will need. Is that a good...
Do we want him?
I don't want him associated with us. We're getting a stink eye right now. Might not even. Maybe he looks at this. He looks at the wizard. We're clearly persona non grata with everyone here right now.
Everyone knows he's on your ship.
No, they do. Fuck.
I mean...
But do they know who he is?
He's on their ship. It doesn't matter. They know what he looks like.
I thought they didn't realize he was on.
Not initially. But if he knows,
Well, they do now. I mean, again, you've been out for days. He's had to appear on the. It's not like he's hidden below decks. People have seen him.
out of character, we were told that he hadn't been associated with us yet. Thomas had told us that.
Yep, because he had gone and he had heard the rumors about us.
Oh,
That's how it-
yeah. Good point.
Yeah, otherwise he would.
Sorry, no,
Yeah.
my
he
brain
would-
is my
That's fine.
brain isn't working right now, guys.
Otherwise,
I'm
he would have
sorry.
gotten stink eye too. They probably would have shunned him too.
Right.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I
Right
can't
now,
allow you back on your ship.
No, it's fine. I understand.
It's okay.
Our ship is fine. Our friend is fine. That's what we cared about when all hell was breaking loose, and it's a good thing we did go. Okay.
Fine, he has food, he has water.
Fine, let's
He's
just...
not a pet.
He knows how to use a stove. It's fine.
Just put a sign on the ship that says he's safe inside.
Look, he's
This thing-
fine. The other ships are fine. Let's just go
Keep
to
the air
this
conditioning's
office or
on.
whatever. Air conditioning.
Just for corroboration, in case you need to make a friend, there was a turtle here. I think Jody, you said he was a druid.
As far as he was using primal magic.
He was using so he was using primal magic. He was a turtle. I know there wasn't a lot of them around here. He gives him the description and like minor illusion. He helped with the fires too on the docks. If you need more corroboration, and then there was this guy.
I understand. We can cover all of this later.
And I'm letting you know, this is the guy in case I would suggest looking on him too.
Fantastic. There is so much going on here. I'm not going to remember half of this. Keep all of this information for yourselves when we're actually interviewing you. Right now, it seems, if we are wrong, which, to be perfectly honest, I'm not 100% certain we are, but if we are wrong, there is something very bad happening right now, and someone has a rather extreme distaste for you.
I think this was the side thing.
Well,
What's the number one thing that's happened here? And Smegway's going to point this out. What's the number one thing that's happened here that's never happened on any island before?
The cave.
Ruins.
well, due to the fact that we didn't know about the ruins until about 24 hours ago, I don't see how anyone else could have found it either.
No, I'm not saying that. One, an island this big has never come up in like what was it, like centuries.
No, islands this big have come up before. This
You
is
said
this
this.
is
You said this side has not. This has been a very long time since an island this massive has ever come up. It's been a very long time.
Again, I'm going
Because
off
again,
of,
this one's still rising.
Yeah,
I do recall you saying that last time.
okay. Okay. It doesn't really matter the size of the island, to be blunt. Big islands, small islands, generally what actually matters is how much resources are on them. And thus far, they haven't actually found any resources on here because the first job that always happens is they send people out to kill all the animals. They have no idea if there's any resources on this island at all other than these ruins. And that's what they're going to kind of focus on. Yeah, it's a big island. Congratulations. But if it's a big empty island, then who the hell cares?
Smegway's logic is it was so massive that people have obviously words gotten out. If not, someone's reporting to someone.
I mean, again, stuff like this happens every single time a new island happens. Everything that has happened thus far is relatively regular until the ruins happened. It's a big island, but it's still just, one of the barons got the mining rights to it, which is how it always works, and they own it now. And so, as long as it's above the veil, that baron is the only one that really cares about it. And generally, buzz for it won't happen until the first supply of actual goods from the island starts coming, because that's when people start getting excited, and you might start seeing back.
Smegwick's stance is this is no coincidence that gets happened and then this happens.
Yeah, and so his response is, well, And it's been 24 hours. That would be a rather impressive turnaround time, but who knows? I've been doing this for 40 years, and I have never seen something like this happen, so...
A lot of firsts have been happening today, haven't they?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway, feel free to create whatever defense you would like, but I need you to do it in that building. I have a very long, painful conversation with someone I used to call a friend.
I agree. Come on, guys.
All right, we'll get going.
Thank you.
Thank
quick.
you, sir.
And I'm just going to throw this out there one last thing before we go. Do you have anyone capable of casting a truth spell? Zone of Truth. I'll leave it there if you don't.
Zone of Truth simply means you cannot lie. It doesn't force you to tell the truth. And you can resist it many different ways.
The caster will know if I resist it, though. I'll submit.
Doesn't matter. Zone of Truth can... Everyone thinks the Zone of Truth is this perfect thing that anyone can use to find. It really isn't.
I know it's not the be-all, end-all, but I know law enforcement uses it. I'm more than happy to cross the T off. Cross the T, dot the I.
Right now, even if
I'll
you
leave
were
it there.
to tell us, even if you were to tell us the absolute truth, what it sounds like you're going to tell us is you don't know what happened any more than we do, and they're not going to accept that.
Believe me, I'm more than familiar about that narrative, too.
So, now, go to that building. I will have someone bring you something to drink at least. And we will deal with this as we deal with this.
I'd shake your hand, but I know how that might look. Name's Smegwick.
Good. And he starts kind of you see him kind of pick up his very large spell book. And he starts wandering over to where the captain's gone into a tent that has just been put up. That is somewhat singed, but it's better than nothing. The guards kind of come up to you guys again and still seem kind of dumbfounded, but are you guys gonna come, or like we're not gonna grab you or anything? We think that'd be a bad idea.
That's funny. Spetty!
And they see it. All right, do you want to come? Because like I said, we don't want any trouble. We just
Okay.
And Ogon comes too.
we're not
Yeah.
actually guards. We just happen to have weapons, and he told
We
us
know.
to come.
We know.
All right.
You got unofficially deputized, I know. It's fine.
This is really weird, right? Like I'm
No
not.
shit.
I
But
know.
it's- Like everyone keeps acting like this is normal, but it's not, right? Like this isn't a normal thing, right? Okay, just wanted to make sure. I thought maybe I was going insane. Good. Okay, come on. And you see him like take, and he realizes he's still gesturing with his sword. He's like, "Oh, that's a bad thing." And he puts it away, and he kind of taps you on the shoulder. He's like, "Come on, let's go, come on."
P.S. Unless he, by the way, P.S. Unless he's paying you, you don't work for him. And this Mick was walking.
Well, we do work for him because he's the leader of the expedition, and we're paid by the expedition.
True.
We're just not gods. Like my job, I clean things. I'm very good at cleaning things.
You're the janitor?
Not a job.
I
This
guess
place is understaffed.
I'm just very I'm very good because I notice when things need to be cleaned, and normally you get these hoity-toity wizards. They go prestidigitate. It's very annoying. I can go and clean, no magic required. Come on, let's go. Come on.
Thomas does need a friend.
Thomas
You
does
guys-
need a friend.
You guys are
You
not
guys!
adopting another.
So cute.
Come on.
You're sounding less like a barbarian and more like Ren and Ryugu.
So he kind of
If
leads
your,
you.
I'm
If
a
you're na-
tidy.
if your name's Timothy, you're in trouble, pal.
No, his
Adopted.
name is not Timothy.
Oh, good. See, you can't get a matching set. Stop.
It's Albert.
It's Tim. Oh.
Who would call Timothy? It's a horrible name. I never want to be Timothy. I'm Albert.
Albert's a good name.
I was named after my great-grandfather.
Albert and Thomas. Oh, perfect.
Mm.
They're at
Let's
The
start a
ship.
collection
I went a
from
different
A through
direction.
Z.
I went a different direction. I'm not gonna say it out loud.
So he gets you, and you guys eventually get to this building, and it looks like this building used to be effectively for supplies and things like that. And they have basically taken everything that was in there, which is mostly kind of cleaning, like they have brooms and rakes and stuff like that, and then some like tents and other things. And they've taken all of it and just thrown it in a big pile in front of it. And now it's just kind of a big empty room. And as they come in, Albert goes, "Oh, there are no chairs in here. That's not very nice. Okay, you guys stay here. I'm going to go get you some chairs, okay?"
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Al.
Thanks.
All right, this, and probably want something to drink because it's very, very hot in here, isn't it? It's hot everywhere because there's giant fires everywhere.
I'm tasting copper mostly right now.
I know how that goes. So I'm going to go get some drinks for you, okay?
Thanks,
And he kinda
Albert.
goes
and,
off.
All right,
Thanks.
pats him in the back.
Albert leaves, and Smegwick, first thing Smegwick says goes like, "Okay, so are we staying?"
Mm.
If we leave, it'll look more suspicious.
Yeah, I know, but
Hey.
you know,
Come on. We gotta sit and wait so we can clear our names.
If we can
Again.
clear our names.
yeah, we're not. I don't know if that's gonna happen, kid.
I would also like to point out that we are not going to drink anything they give us. If someone is setting us up,
I mean,
if
fair.
if it were me, I'd have a backup plan in case the first plan didn't go well.
Why are we in a building?
They had to put us somewhere. Most of the place got blown to hell.
I know. We're just being nice.
I know.
Can
This
we
is-
see all
this-
the exits?
This is perfunctory. Here's the thing. Here's the only thing I can suggest. And like Smegwick is like right now, he's just like Spitty is going to be like eyes, ears, just popping up all over the place. Is like, so the only thing we're going to discuss right now, and he's looking at Spitwit after what he just did, is our intentions. I intend to complete the reason why we're here on this island, which is to get paid like everybody else.
Okay.
I intend to corroborate that story as a fellow member of this crew. I too only wish to get paid for our due diligent work.
I'm hungry.
We may just simply have to tell the person in charge. 'Cause that's not the admiral. I think the admiral may have gotten blown up. We don't know what the status is on him yet. We may have to just simply tell him what's up, what we intend, unified front, and I presume to let them know we're going back out, as we were contracted to do.
Yes.
Finish the job.
Finish the job. That is what I'm going, and I quite frankly, that's the truth.
Also, all right,
Indeed.
if you wanted to use, because I think you have at least one more of those sense magic
Magic
things.
thingies.
Oh, I've got two more.
Yeah, if you wanted to use that to see if somebody's spying on you, you could.
Smega's going to treat it like he is.
Yeah, I figured that they probably were. So
Okay. So are you
Sure.
going to use it or not?
sure.
Okay. So as you watch as Arai kind of stretches out and feels, as far as you can tell, there's no magic around you right now.
Are there like windows in this room?
No, you guys are literally in a storage shack. It's
Gotcha.
a decent sized storage
What the heck?
shack, but
They're not going to be able to hold us in here, even if they suddenly got really
yeah, I
crafty.
mean the
Or they're
walls
untying
are-
our ship.
Thomas was there.
They're looking at the ships. I promise you that, because like I had two reasons for doing that. One, I warned everyone; they know to check their ships, make sure everything's okay. Two, there's a lot of eyes on the ships now.
Well, now hold on. I'm just gonna be let's just play this safe because we're away from the ship. We got no eyes on it except for Thomas right now. I'm going to cast Sending, and I'm going to send a message to Thomas and basically say, "Hey, Thomas, it's Reggie. Are things still peaceful over at the ship? Is anyone new trying to get close to it right now?"
Takes a few moments, but you eventually hear back. They said I'm supposed to bring you sandwiches. Do you guys want sandwiches?
Yes. Yes, I do.
You had the
Otherwise,
casket, you
no,
want to
nothing bad is happening right now.
Our eye
He's st-
hands corrects
Okay.
me some smoked ape arm.
He's still good. He's still good.
Okay.
He's still good. No one new has approached the ship aside from food instructions.
Here's
but
my-
It
here-
looks like we're safe there.
Okay, so here's my thinking on this. I don't think they're gonna. Whoever did this, they're not gonna fuck with the ships more right now because now they have eyes actively on that, and people are looking around now. It would be very stupid of them to try and do that right now. I think this was. I think this whole thing was intended to slow this location down. I do not see it as a coincidence that the ruins got reported. The very next day, all hell broke loose. Look at this place. Everything that happened was intended to completely fuck this place's operations up and absolutely keep people from easily getting back outside.
We're not the targets. We're
We're
the
not.
distraction.
We're the opportunity.
Well, I gotta say, that's actually quite genius.
But
Especially
who-
considering the timing, how quickly someone was able to slander us.
Which
Word
kinda
of
begs
mouth
the-
got spread out here very fucking quickly.
Which kind of then begs the question: if it moves so quickly, were the actual culprits already here beforehand, before we even got here?
And why would they just target us?
Again, opportunity.
Mm.
And I think, I don't know, there could be any number of reasons. Spitwit will automatically goes, there's a reason. Can't talk now.
alright.
There's a reason.
Your mic isn't picking you up all the time, so whatever you just said, we didn't hear you.
Is this
Nope.
better?
A little bit, yeah. I watched your lips move and then nothing, so I used to be able to read lips. I can't anymore.
It's fine. I
Get louder.
responded on instinct, so I had no idea what I said.
Yeah, you are a bit,
Too loud.
yeah.
Alright, let me turn it down again.
Oh, you're good. You were.
That's good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
So, over the next few hours, eventually, you do. Albert comes back, and he has 4 of the most mismatched chairs you've ever seen. You actually don't know where 2 of them came from because they're just weird. Like one of them has like fabric back and armrest, another one's just like a stool, and another one's a folding chair. But he brings enough for that, and then he also brings a large pitcher of water and a bunch of glasses. There you go. You go ahead and have those to
First thing,
drink.
Smegma's gonna pour some. He's just like, like, cause again, it's like, you know, that realization. This happened like an hour ago. Now the timeline. You know when you've gotten really fucked up, but then it dawns on you, oh, I got fucked up.
And you see Albert. He's like, I totally get what you're doing. I get you.
Thank you. I'm gonna
And he
sit
goes,
down.
oh, I forgot. And he kind of reaches around and he brings out sandwiches. A nice young man dropped these off for you. I thought I would
thanks.
give them to you.
Thank you so much.
Extend our thanks to that good man.
Yes, he seems like a very lovely young man.
Hey Al, if you could, like you or any of the others, if you just check in on him every once in a while, I would appreciate it. Everyone else is giving us the stink eye.
Yeah, I can do that. I mean, I have to clean the docks now because they're very... Like, you guys did a great job, don't get me wrong, but you left a mess. It is very, very messy, which is fine. Like, that's what I do, but it's very messy.
I wish
Very
people
much
would
so.
listen to you. That the fact that you know that we help. I know.
That's very
I know.
funny. that anyone
No.
would listen to me. That's hilarious. You're a funny man. You should do that instead of this whole adventuring thing. You would be very good at that.
It's crossed my mind.
Okay, I'm going to go now. Okay. Bye-bye. Enjoy your sandwiches.
Thank you. As I shove them all in my mouth.
I was planning on making a video talking about, as a GM, your players are eventually going to latch on to one of your NPCs.
It's already happened.
And you don't get to choose who that NPC is. And whomever you think, like, you can create this really amazing character, you're like, they're going to love this, they'll never choose that one. They will choose a random NPC that you didn't even think about, and they will latch on to them.
Oh, but it's just so cute sounding.
A party in one of my campaigns adopted a talking flaming skull named Terry, and he sounds like Skeletor.
So, over the next few hours, like, nothing happens over the next few hours. If anyone checks the door...
Smegwick panics for a split second. He checks outside to make sure he doesn't see corpses everywhere.
Yeah. The door itself is quote-unquote
Oh, yeah, that's right.
locked. And by locked, it's slightly hard to open the door. But you can open
Arai.
it.
So Arai just opens the door and doesn't
Yeah, just-
notice the difference.
Just
Like-
what?
Like,
Weren't they
there
supposed to lock it?
there actually is a bar that goes in front of the door to stop it, but the actual...
On a shed.
They put it on there. Like, they actually created just a really quick lock for it. To
I
try and get there.
understand.
But they did it really badly, and so
Also,
it
how
doesn't
str-
actually connect.
and how strong are the shed walls?
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing. It's like you guys could walk through the walls, but
I'm just saying.
The wall comes off with the door.
I'm just saying. Really. I'm just
The whole
saying.
thing
Really.
falls.
Really thick 2x4 attached to basically particle board.
yeah, basically they had like wood nails that they tried to attach this thing with, and so as Arai opens the door, it actually
Oh,
takes
we would have heard
the
that.
thing. It takes the thing off with it.
I think we actually heard that. And we're just. I'm Smegwick's just like.
Really? And so as you guys look out, the base
Eating a
itself
sandwich.
is slowly kind of recovering. You do see quite a few people kind of glancing over at the shed and everything. Some of them are giving you guys a stink eye, some of them aren't. So it doesn't look like the whole camp seems to be against you, at least as far as you can tell.
Terry just waves.
But,
I think Smegwick. He's now leaning. He's like leaning on the door. He's just finishing up his sandwich.
another like
Looking-
5 or 6 hours pass,
No.
and no one has come in or anything other than Albert comes in every so often to make sure you guys have enough water.
Oh yeah, he's coming with us.
Eventually, though, you
Outside?
hear a commotion outside,
Oh, for
and you hear
fuck's sake!
you hear some arguing, and at first it's a little bit difficult to pick out, but eventually, Owie, you're the first one that hears, "This is impossible! How can you even No, we're not going to discuss this anymore. You're going to open the door, I'm going to talk to my friend right now, and you're going to apologize to all of them because treating someone of her prestige in this way is completely unacceptable. I have already contacted..."
Declan.
And suddenly you hear the door opening and you see Declan standing there just dressing down like 3 other much more guard-like looking guards. And they all, Owie from going to school with him, you actually haven't seen Declan angry too many times. Like it's not something that happens often with him. He's relatively calm, and he is pissed. He is infuriated. You can watch as his scales are actually turning colors and things as he's getting just more and more upset. And as he opens the door, he goes, "Owie!" And he comes over, and you can see him almost come up and give you a hug, and then he kind of remembers himself, and he's like, "I am so sorry that this absolute indignity has happened to you. I am absolutely I have already called a solicitor for you. I had one of my party members use a sending spell to get you a solicitor. We have contacted your family. This is not going to... They cannot pin this on you. It is completely impossible. And he kind of looks around and at the mismatched chairs and everything. And these conditions, for someone of your standing, this is completely unacceptable. He turns around again. You should all be ashamed of yourself. Do you know who this is?
No.
No. Howie.
No.
Howie's fins are turning more and more red.
And he turns again. He's like, I'm going to tell you what I am going to do right now. I am going to take this lovely young lady to my ship, and she is going to stay in my ship. And if you have any questions for her, you can talk to me first. And until her solicitor arrives here, you will not ask her a question at all.
Go
ahead,
Does
Howie.
Howie even want to go?
Well,
Let's also be clear. He's talking to the Soothie. Is this guy a captain or whatever? Is this guy that he's dressing down?
just a guard.
Just the guard.
The janitor.
Hey, Declan. I appreciate the energy. You're dressing down the guy who's taken an order, not the person in charge.
And you can see he kind of recognizes that, and he turns to Howie. Howie, did you have something you wanted to say?
It's okay, Declan. It's okay.
Hey.
We're just gonna be calm about this.
Let's
It's
say
nice.
we have a discussion with the guy who's currently in charge.
He
I completely agree with that.
is unavailable at the moment.
Well,
And
I
he,
think
you can see him.
mainly-
You can see him start calming down, and he turns to Howie. Howie, I'm so sorry about this. There are just the most slanderous rumors that are being spread about you. They're obviously complete falsehoods. I still have enough pull that, bare minimum, they will not allow you back on your ship, but they will. And he kind of turns to the guards. They will allow you to be held in a more secure facility, which is my ship. And you'll be treated significantly better there. And then he realizes that there's more of you. He's like, oh, and your friends can come as well.
Alright.
If you
Gee.
all
Gee, thanks.
would, if you all would follow me, I apologize for that outburst. I'm normally a much more calm person, but this is just unacceptable. To have someone of
no,
her standing
sometimes we all
treated
got
like
events.
this. And so the guards are still kind of standing there, preventing him from going. He goes, are you going to move? And all of them kind of look back and forth. Let me rephrase that. Get out of my way! And they all kind of jump and they move. He turns back to you. If you would all follow me, please. And he goes over and he offers his arm to Howie. Lady.
Hey, Smegwick will follow behind. Like, hey, Declan, you said he's not available. Do you know? Is he and the wizard still arguing?
To be perfectly honest, I have no idea what those morons are doing at this point. I have been trying to speak with him for 2 hours. As soon as I heard what they had done, I tried to go through the proper channels. They wouldn't allow it. Oh, this is the most...
Declan, most of the proper channels got blown up.
And then he stops for a moment. He's like, good point. Still, not acceptable. And he's just, I guess I should ask, Howie, he offered his arm. Did you take it or prefer not to?
It's okay, Declan. I can walk on my own 2 legs.
Not a problem. And so as he's going, he's like, well, you all look, you've been in there for hours. You've had sandwiches. No, this will not. I have my personal chef on my ship. He will ensure that you are fed well.
What's wrong with bologna?
And he kind of looks at you. Do I really need to answer that? Howie, Who exactly? Never
Do
mind.
not besmirch Bologna.
Bologna is disgusting.
And he kind of guides you back, and as you guys are going, you notice that the ship that he's taking you to is not one of the ships that you saved. This is this ship in particular is a galleon, massive, like easily 120, 200 crew ship.
It's one of those ships that just sits there and goes, "Fuck with me, I
Yeah.
dare you."
And so as he gets there, blazoned across the side is called is the name the Golden Dragon.
Ooh.
And as you get on there, you guys can see kind of Gold Dragon iconography kind of all over it. You can see there's actual kind of because gold dragons, their wings technically go all the way down their tails, and so they have these kind of interesting. And so you can see along the bow of the ship on either side, you can see these little kind of wooden wings going all the way down. And at the very front of the ship, you can see a golden dragon head carved in wood that seems to be painted or lacquered with something that makes it look metallic and gold. And as he comes in, you go about 2 decks down, and you eventually come to this large, almost suite that has kind of multiple rooms and everything. He goes, "This is the captain's quarters, but he owes me a favor, so we will be using this as your prison cell. I hope it is to your liking. There is a room for Lady Howie, and then the rest of you. Unfortunately, we have bunks and other things set up for you. I just didn't think it was appropriate for someone of her standing to have to share. It's very sorry, but I will bring up lunch in just a moment." Howie, and he comes and he kind of takes your hands. "Howie, I assure you, I will not let this stand. Trust me, you are in the best hands possible, and we will clear this up without any more problems. All right?" Wonderful. The rest of you, very sorry you got caught up in all of this. I have no idea what is happening, but it is obviously wrong. Good. All right, I will send lunch up for you. And he wanders off. You hear him close the door and lock it behind him.
I feel like we've just walked into the mouth of the lion.
Or a dragon, in this case.
Yep.
Few
So if
moments
we were
you
going
hear-
to explore on our own, we have lost that opportunity.
Not quite.
As you guys
you
say
might-
that,
Face step.
you hear
I don't think he's gonna lock us in, but
He did.
unless we're going to hear. Do we hear a click?
the locking mechanism is on this side of the door. So
That's on the inside, right? Yeah.
He did lock it because he has a key, so he did lock you guys in, but you can unlock it from your side.
Yeah, perfunctory.
So
And also we have like he was points over. We have an artifice.
well, there's also
Yeah.
like you guys are in
And
the
we have a
captain's
rope,
quarter.
too, don't we?
The captain has his own personal balcony. Like you guys could jump off the ship.
Yeah. This is just for
Yeah,
Just for
but
appearances.
down below is Vale.
Yeah, but you could climb around or fly or
Now that is true.
Use my crossbow.
yeah, if there's any furniture in the Vale, like
Yes.
We need to have just a brief discussion.
but then you
And-
hear again, room service.
Is that someone different, or is it?
It's the same person has just been
Is it
knocking like
Albert?
3 times. Oh, this is not Albert, unfortunately.
Oh.
He works for the fort. He wouldn't be. He wouldn't be
Yeah.
staff.
You might have followed us.
If you'd like, I can leave the food out here and you could get it at your leisure, or I can bring it in, but you need to open the door.
Mage hand, click click.
Okay. So he comes in and he has this cart full with a pretty big spread. There's fruits. There's some roasted meats and things like that. There's breads. There's a couple bottles of wine. Just when you're done, just leave it outside the door and I'll take care of it. And he kind of bows and goes out. Close the door behind him, but because he has no key, he can't lock it.
Just for the amount, will this count as a short rest?
Sure.
Okay.
You guys would have
Because-
already had, because you were in there for a few hours, so yeah, you would have already had a short rest.
Okay, so because perfunctory, what I can do is, because of my warlock side and my warlock side, I would sacrifice my warlock slots, get my bonus points in that way, to recover my meta magic spell slot, meta magic points,
Coffee lock,
And then-
I get it.
and then my warlock does a short rest, get the spell
Yep.
slots back.
Familiar with the coffee lock. It was very popular in the Adventurers League. So yeah, as you guys are able to have a really nice meal, to be perfectly honest. Unfortunately,
Yeah, I
that is where we're going to end it today. As always, if you missed any of this episode, I do upload all these to my YouTube channel, generally on Sundays. It's youtube.com/TrainerJody. Also, reminder, check out my new in-depth review on the Essence 20 Field Guide to Action and Adventure. It's a really cool book. And this Saturday, watch Chax and me and a bunch of other people play some Open Legend and try to annoy Elias as much as physically possible. Because that is the true reason to play with your friends, is to annoy the Game Master. So, otherwise, again, that's all for me today, and I'll see you guys in the next time, alright? Bye-bye.
Bye.